High school football coach just got banned from the sport for losing on purpose. And this story is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, and it might get a little confusing, so just stick with me here. So this is Chris Bunio, and he coaches for Marshall Academy, which is a private school down in Mississippi. Now, Mississippi has two completely separate leagues for public schools and private schools. So the private school leagues have quite literally the dumbest playoff bracket I have ever seen in sports, ever. If you want more stories that ESPN doesn't talk about, make sure you're following, because I do this every single day. So the top 4 teams of this league go into the Division I bracket, where they play for a state championship. These guys are the real winners. And then the next 8 teams after that go into the Division II bracket, which also gets a state championship and is basically a participation trophy. Mississippi gives a state championship to the what? So Marshall Academy, who was 8-1, was going in to play another team who was also 8-1. The winner would almost certainly go through the much harder D1 bracket, whereas the loser would go through the a lot easier D2 bracket. The Marshall Academy coach said, hey, I can still win a state championship by losing. So this man intentionally loses the game, sits his starters, and he's losing 43-6 at halftime. But apparently that wasn't enough for the guy. He wanted to make sure there was no way his team could ever come back, and he needs to lose that game. So the second half, Marshall Academy gets the ball. They refused to snap it. They just stood there taking delay of game penalties over and over and over again. But then the refs are like, what the hell's going on? We're just going to award the other team a safety. And when Marshall Academy had to kick the ball to the other team, they wouldn't do it. Nope, not kicking. And this guy made an absolute mockery of the game, and everyone is pissed. So the officials are just like, screw this. We're gonna call the game. You guys forfeit. But the crazy part is, his plan worked. Marshall Academy lost and secured their spot in the much easier D2 playoffs. And the reason he did this, because in the D1 bracket, Tri-County Academy is a goddamn wagon. These guys are monsters. They're beating playoff teams 50-0, 52-8. Like, it's not even a competition. This guy was scared of them, and he won the state championship. So because of this, he's been banned indefinitely and also fined $1,000. And the school was fined $7,500 and banned from hosting a playoff game next year. Now, all the Marshall Academy fans are starting a petition. You can pause to read it, but it's pretty much ridiculous, saying that everything that people are saying on social media is wrong and he doesn't have a chance to show his side of the story. Brother, what the hell would your side of the story be? You intentionally lost a game. What do you think, though? Did this guy pull a big brain move and he shouldn't be banned, or he's wrong for teaching his adolescent kids to quit on something?